Alright, so the Olympia is now in Black Ops 6, so it only makes sense that I make another zombies video. So today I'll be going to each Call of Duty that has the Olympia in it and completing one map's full Easter egg only using the Olympia. I also forgot to mention that I'll be doing a zombie tier list. So watch till the end to see the best tier list you will 100% agree with. Like and subscribe, and let's start this challenge with the first map being Black Ops 1 Moon. Now I've only beaten this map once, and that was the Black Ops 3 version. So today is going to be my first real attempt at beating the Black Ops 1 version of Moon. Now the first step already requires a little bit of RNG. You basically have to make sure you spawn in as Richtofen, which did take me a couple tries. Let's go, we got Richtofen, finally. After getting Richtofen, I stayed to get some points for the spawn room. I just got one hit. I luckily got Richtofen back on my first try. And by the way, the mod will be in the description. It just adds more perks to the map and allows me to complete the full Easter egg solo. Anyways, after teleporting, I instantly got quick revive, then completed round 1. And on the start of round 2, I bought the Olympia. Let me know in the comments if you're Olympia gang or M14 gang. Now the second step is to play Simon Says on these computers. However, you need to turn on power. So why do I try to turn on power? Let's start with the zombie tier list. So because we're playing on Black Ops 1, we're only doing Black Ops 1 maps. So Kino the Toten is the first map, and this is easily an A tier map. Now the reason Kino is at A tier is because it was the first map that introduced me to zombies, and out of all the maps in Black Ops 1, I usually come back to play Kino or 5, which is another A tier map in my opinion. Now 5 is above Kino, but it still isn't an S tier map. The reason being the wonder weapon is mid and there isn't an Easter egg. So finally, after 3 whole rounds, I decide to open the door to power, which I have to say, the Olympia is terrible for points. Anyways, I turn on power and save a zombie for the Simon Says step, and to be honest, this step is kind of annoying. It might just be a skill issue for me, but it's actually hard to do, definitely the last step version, which makes you complete Simon Says 5 different times, and doing all that while a zombie is following you and sometimes 2 to 3 hitting you can be very annoying. This first part isn't hard at all though. So my next code is blue, and I just put that in. Now as you can see, the zombies are slowly starting to creep up, and this is what I mean when I say this can be kind of annoying. But once it's finished, it should flash green. And now before I do the next step, I need to hit the mystery box for the wave gun. So let's see how good my RNG is about to be. So what are we getting? Oh yeah, okay, we're in for a treat today. I'm getting the RPG, the first box spin. Yeah, I'm cooked. Alright, let's see, second spin, what am I getting? I do need to buy Jug as well. It's kind of stupid of me trying to get this right now. Second box spin! So after using 100% of my luck, I saved up for Jug and begun the third step. Now this step requires the hacking device. There are 6 different locations for the hacking device, and no, I'm not showing all the spots, but here was my location for the hacking device. So now I have to hack one of these panels, and it should make these 4 things start beeping. After hacking all 4 of these beeping things, go back to the panel you hacked first and press F on all 4 of them, and that's it. Honestly, I like this step, it's very simple compared to this next step. Then now the next step is to wait for an announcement saying, now what makes this hard is the fact that the announcement is RNG based. On the start of round 7, I got my first announcement. And that's clearly not the one that we're looking for. So I picked up the hacking device, went back to the spawn room and hacked the panel. Doing this will reset the excavator for next round, so hopefully my RNG will be better next time. I got Biodome again. And finally on round 17, I got Excavator Pie. Oh my god, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. So I hacked the panel, went to tunnel 6, and now there should be a ball in tunnel 6. Shoot at the ball to make it move and follow it. You do need the wave gun to finish this step as well. Anyways, it should lead you to the pyramid, and now you have to fill up this 1 tube with souls. So while getting this tube full, let's talk about the tier list and why Ascension is mid tier. Now hear me out, the map has no new wonder weapon, the Easter egg is bad even if it is the first, and the monkeys are annoying as hell on this map. The map isn't bad, but it's definitely not amazing. Anyways, once the tube is full, flip the switch and the pyramid should open and have Samantha in it. Which, fun fact, I got hard carried to this step of the Easter egg back in PS3. I didn't even know what Easter egg was, but I 100% remember seeing Samantha right here.
We do not care.
So now I need to get Gersh devices from the mystery box, which this took a lot of points to get. But now that I have them, I need to go back to Earth and throw one out the map to collect 2 pieces. So the next step requires you to get QEDs. Yep, more RNG. Once you get QEDs, throw one at QR, and that's the step done. Now the next step is to spam F on this computer. Honestly, this shouldn't be too hard. No, I'm dead. Yeah, I don't like this step at all. I did still manage to complete it though. So now you have to fill up the souls at the pyramid. And I know I haven't talked much about the Olympia, but this thing is trash. It's GG's. Now with some crazy RNG, I managed to get back to the step that I was on.
Oh god, you're not supposed to see that.
So back to the tier list, we're now talking about Call of the Dead, and I have to put this at mid tier, only because I've never played a lot of this map, so there's really not much I could say. But Shangri-La, on the other hand, I've actually completed the Easter egg before, and as much as I like the Easter egg, it's still a mid tier map. I rarely see myself coming back to this map. Anyways, once you filled up all 4 tubes, Richtofen and Samantha should switch bodies, and now I'm on to the last step. Now the last step is Simon Says again, but this time you have to do it 5 times. Once it's done, throw a gush at the computers, and that's it. The Easter egg is done. Now my final review on this map is the Easter egg is easily S tier worthy. However, the RNG does drag it down to an A tier. This Easter egg is by far the best Easter egg in the whole of Black Ops 1. And I just want to say the Black Ops 3 version is S tier. Anyways, with the Earth being blown up and creating transit, we should move on to Black Ops 2 Mob of the Dead. Yeah, there's no way you actually thought I was going to play Transit. Now I am using a solo mod again, and if you haven't noticed, I only have 1 extra life instead of 3. Luckily, this Easter egg is easy, so starting off, I bought the Olympia and bought the first door to leave the starting room. So while filling up the Hellhound, we can all admit Transit is mid tier, right? Like, the map isn't bad, but it's also not amazing. And if I'm ranking the challenge maps as well, it would look like this. Town is at A tier, Bus Depot is mid, and Farm is officially the first F tier. Once the Hellhound was finished, I used my 1 life to get the Warden's key, and now I have to save up points, which begins the first issue. The Olympia sucks for points, like I already said. To make things worse, every time I would save up for points, I would have to spend the points on ammo, because there's barely any ammo for this weapon. To make things worse, I do get my first Brutus on round 6, and surprisingly the Olympia is actually pretty good against it. So with the Brutus dead, I made my way down to the Jug area and go into Afterlife mode again to shock these things. This is needed for one of the plane pods. I then built the shield in the docks, which this mod makes me pay 1,000 for the shield I built. But besides that, I started the second Hellhound kills, so you know what that means, tier list time. So Nuketown is the next map, and this is easily amazing tier. I actually enjoy playing this map. But Dairaz, on the other hand, I have actually gotten to around 100 on this map, and it's still going into F tier. I don't like this map. Now before we finish off the last Hellhound kills, I just want to say Mob of the Dead is the first S tier map. And let's be honest, do I even need to explain why? So now that I finished the second Hellhound, I bought Jug and started collecting the plane parts. The next plane part I got was in the washing machine. I just trained the zombies around and waited for it to finish, not too hard. I also picked up another part opposite the Warden's office and got the one underground. I got the final plane part near the roof, and don't ask why, but I'm only just now getting the third Hellhound kills, which was actually kind of scary because the Olympia is officially a 2 here. I still completed it though, but almost got trapped here. I don't know how I escaped this. Anyways, I grabbed the Hell's Retriever and collected all 6 skulls for the Blunder Gap, so now I could do the plane step, which requires me to take the plane 3 times. So while I do this, we might as well finish the BO2 tier list, with the second to last map being Buried. Now this is gonna get some of you mad, but I think the map should be in mid tier. Like, I like the aesthetic of the map, and the map does have some unique weapons, but I feel like the map is very boring. Like, it gets boring extremely fast. Now the last map on Black Ops 2 is Origins, and put this in S tier. This shouldn't even be surprising, like, this map has so much you can do. It also has an amazing Easter egg, however in my opinion, the Moon's Easter egg ending is still the best. And to put the cherry on top, this is the first map to give us 4 wonder weapons. Anyways, now that I've gone to PAP 3 times, I now have to put in 4 codes while in Afterlife. Luckily with this mod, I only have to put in 1. And after listening to the quick yap session, I got into Afterlife mode, hopped onto the plane. And now usually there's supposed to be a 3v1 to get the good ending, but unfortunately all I had to do was revive myself. And that was it. So I guess let's just move on to the best map of all time, Shadows of Evil. Now before I even talk about the steps, put this map in S tier right now. This map is the closest thing to perfect, but there is one problem that could have been fixed as well, and it's the fact that this map isn't possible to beat solo. So anyways, I started off by grabbing beast mode and doing this common trick to open up more than you should be able to. I then grabbed the Olympia and also grabbed the first statue piece for the ritual. I did forget to mention that I'm using the Black Ops 1 mod, obviously, but because I'm using this mod, I can't use the solo mod at the same time, so I won't be getting to the cutscene unfortunately. Anyways, after completing the 3 rituals, I started the final ritual to unlock the Pack-a-Punch, and while doing this, I'll say Horizon Drac is another S tier map. This map is literally Origins but better, and nostalgia aside, the bows are way better than the Origins staffs. Yeah, I said it. Once the final ritual is finished, you find out the Shadow Man was just using you. So now you have to look for 3 different symbols, which I found 2, but got impatient and just guessed the final symbol. I actually got it. Now take the egg, place it on these things, and while I fill it up,
Pause.
am I the only one that thinks Zetsubo is underrated? It 100% deserves A tier at least. The map has 2 boss fights in it, even though the last boss fight isn't really a boss fight, but it's still pretty cool. Anyways, once the egg is done, I can now collect the sword. However, I need to upgrade it now. So I collected this egg from a ghost, and now I need to start this ritual and kill a certain amount of Margwas. So let's talk about Gold Crovey, and how this is another A tier map. This map literally has a dragon in it, and it also introduced the Monk Freeze, which I kinda liked. And also, just like Zetsubo, this also has kinda 2 boss fights. You have to defeat a dragon, and then you gotta defeat Nikolai. Anyways, once the egg is done, pick up the upgraded sword, and now I'm officially on the last step. Now to do this last step, all I had to do was pick up this flag and place it in these certain areas. Not really too hard because I had PhD, so it was pretty easy. So now before I talk about Revelations, I just want to say this is the map that I've played the least. I think I've played this map a total of like 5 times. So because of that, me personally, I'm putting it in mid tier. I'm now on the boss fight, and sadly I had to defeat him with the M16 due to the Olympia not having enough range. So with the Shadow Man gone, let's move on to Black Ops 6 Shattered Veil. Now instead of explaining the steps, we're just going to jump straight into the boss fight and finish this tier list. Starting off with Liberty Falls, and this is mid tier. Not worthy of F tier because it's not that bad, but it's definitely not amazing, obviously. The boss fight isn't really a boss fight. The map looks alright, I guess, but there are a lot of recycled mini bosses on this map. The next map is Terminus, and to be honest, this is my favorite Black Ops 6 map. The Easter egg isn't hard, and the boss fight is a little bit challenging. So overall, I'm putting it at E tier. Citadel, on the other hand, is going into mid tier, mainly because the swords are trash, and the boss fight is way too easy. The second to last map is the Tomb, and this deserves low mid tier. The map is just filled with mini boss spams, it's got a garbage boss fight, and I generally had a bad experience on this map, to be honest, even though I did beat it first try. Anyways, the final map is Shattered Veil. This was my first time playing this map, and honestly, this might be the easiest Easter egg in this game. The boss fight does make up for it though. As you can see, the Olympia is literally doing nothing to this beast. But overall, I'll probably rate this map at 8 tier, because it's actually pretty alright. Now sadly, I did lose the boss fight, so thank you for watching.